Have you ever stood before a door in your life, wondering if it would ever open? Maybe you're standing there right now, praying, hoping, waiting, asking God if He even sees you. You wonder if you've missed your chance, if you've taken a wrong turn, or if the promises spoken over your life were ever real at all. Life sometimes feels like a hallway full of closed doors, and every time you reach out your hand, the handle doesn't budge. Fear creeps in. Doubt whispers louder. You start to believe that maybe, just maybe, there's no door for you at all. But hear me today. Before you even took your first breath, God already chose your door. Long before the trials, the delays, the disappointments, or the setbacks, He prepared a way specifically for you. He knows where you're going, He knows what you need, and He knows exactly when to open that door. You don't have to create it, force it, or fight for it. You just have to trust the one who has already made the way. Today, I want to encourage you. Your story is not over. Your door is real. And God's perfect plan is still unfolding in your life. Before you were even aware of your own dreams, before you had ever faced a challenge or made a mistake, God had already written your story. He had already prepared a door for you, a way forward, a future filled with purpose. Nothing you encounter today takes God by surprise. He does not react to circumstances the way we do. He works from a sovereign plan that He set in motion before the foundations of the world. When we speak of God choosing your door, we are speaking of a divine certainty. It means that there is a path, an opportunity, a mission that has your name on it, designed by the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Every obstacle you face, every detour you encounter, every delay you experience is woven into that grand design, not as a failure or a mistake, but as part of His perfect timing and preparation. Well, there is a tremendous comfort in knowing that you are not wandering aimlessly. Life can often feel chaotic. Plans fall apart. People disappoint us. Dreams seem to crumble. But even in the midst of the mess, God's purpose remains firm. He is not drafting new plans because you took a wrong turn. He is not scrambling to find a new door because you missed the first one. No, the God who sees the end from the beginning has already set your course. He has already chosen a door of hope, a door of restoration, a door of victory for you. This door is not based on your perfection, but on His promises. It is not built upon your strength, but upon His unchanging love. When we understand that God's sovereign hand is over our lives, we begin to walk differently. We stop living in fear of missing out or being left behind. We stop worrying that every little decision might ruin everything. Instead, we start trusting that the one who called us is faithful, and He will accomplish what He began in us. That trust frees us to walk in peace, even when the way ahead is unclear. We may not always see the door immediately. It might be around the next bend, hidden behind trials we must endure. But if we hold fast to faith, we will see it in His perfect time. The door God chooses for you is always better than the one you would choose for yourself. He sees what you cannot see. He knows what lies ahead. While we may seek doors of comfort and ease, He often leads us through doors that build our character and deepen our relationship with Him. And when we finally walk through the door He prepared, we will realize that every step, every delay, every struggle was part of His beautiful sovereign design to bring us closer to Him and to the destiny He had in mind all along. God has already chosen your door. Rest in that. Trust in that. Walk forward in that certainty today. The door that God has chosen for you is not meant for anyone else. It is crafted specifically for your journey, your gifts, your calling, and your purpose. In a world where it is so easy to compare ourselves to others, it is important to remember that God is not mass-producing lives. He is not handing out identical paths to his children. He is a personal God, a creator who works with careful hands and a loving heart. The path he has for you is unique, designed to fit your soul like a key fits into a lock. It is a door that only you can open and only you are called to walk through. This uniqueness is not a burden. It is a beautiful privilege that speaks of your value and significance in God's eyes. Often we look at the lives of others and feel a sense of envy or regret. We see someone else's success, someone else's opportunity, and we wonder why it did not happen for us. But what we fail to see is that their door is not our door. Their blessings are not our blessings. Their trials are not our trials. When we step out of the lane God has called us to walk in, we lose sight of the special calling placed upon us. We waste time chasing doors that were never meant to open for us, while the door God has chosen stands waiting patiently for us to notice it. God does not call you to be someone else. He calls you to be who he made you to be. Your door may not look impressive in the world's eyes. It may not lead to fame, fortune, or applause, but it will always lead to fulfillment, peace, and the kind of success that matters in eternity. It will lead you into deeper fellowship with the one who made you. It will cause you to touch lives you were meant to touch and fulfill a mission only you were designed to complete. There is nothing accidental about the door God has prepared. Every detail, every step, every moment has been considered by him, because he knows exactly what you need and he knows exactly where you are supposed to go. When you embrace the door God has chosen for you, you step into freedom. You are no longer bound by the pressure to perform like others, to achieve like others, or to measure your life by standards God never asked you to adopt. You are free to run your race. You are free to be faithful in what he has given you. And in doing so, you honor the one who handcrafted your journey. There is no greater joy than realizing that you are walking exactly where God wants you to walk, through the door he lovingly chose just for you. Trust him enough to embrace the door made for your life. Trust him enough to let go of comparison. You were never meant to walk through anyone else's door. You were called to walk through yours. The journey to the door God has chosen for you is rarely easy. Along the way, you will encounter obstacles, challenges, and moments of deep discouragement. But these obstacles are not signs that you are on the wrong path. They are part of the process, designed by God to strengthen your faith, shape your character, and prepare you for what lies ahead. Many times, when we face resistance, we are tempted to believe that we have missed God's will or that he has abandoned us. The truth is just the opposite. Often, the presence of difficulty is confirmation that you are moving in the right direction. The enemy does not waste his energy fighting those who are going nowhere. He fights those who are walking toward their God-given door. God uses trials to grow you. Just as a tree's roots grow deeper in response to strong winds, your faith grows stronger when it is tested. Every obstacle you encounter is an opportunity to trust God more deeply. It is a chance to let go of self-reliance and lean fully on his strength. It is through hardship that we learn perseverance. It is through delays and detours that we develop patience. And it is often through pain that we come to know God's comfort and sustaining grace in a way we never would have otherwise. Without the obstacles, we would not be ready to step through the door God has prepared for us. We would not be able to carry the weight of the blessings waiting on the other side. It is important to remember that God never wastes our suffering. Every tear, every struggle, every heartbreak has a purpose in His plan. We may not always understand it at the moment, but in time we will see that nothing was in vain. The trials refine us like gold in the fire. They strip away our pride, our fear, our doubt, and leave behind a faith that is pure and strong. If the road to your door feels hard right now, do not be discouraged. Stand slip. Lift your eyes to the one who walks with you. He has not left you alone. He is using every challenge to prepare you for the glory that is to come. There will be moments when quitting seems easier than pressing on. Moments when the mountain looks too high and the valley looks too deep. In those moments, remember that God's promises are true. He did not bring you this far to leave you. He who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. Keep moving forward, even when it hurts. Keep trusting, even when you cannot see. Your door is closer than you think, and every obstacle you overcome is bringing you one step nearer to it. God is not just preparing the door for you, He is preparing you for the door. And when the time is right, you will walk through it with a faith that has been tested, strengthened, and made ready by His perfect love. Faith is the key that unlocks the door God has prepared for you. Often the door is there long before you see it, but it is only through faith that you will find the strength and courage to walk toward it. Faith is not about seeing the entire path clearly. It is about trusting the one who made the path. Many times we wait for certainty, for signs, for everything to make perfect sense before we move. But that is not how God calls us to live. He calls us to walk by faith, not by sight. When you cannot see the door, when you do not understand the delays, when the road feels lonely and dark, that is when faith must rise in your heart. Fear is the greatest enemy of faith. Fear tells you that you will fail, that you are forgotten, that you are not good enough to reach what God has promised. Fear magnifies the obstacles and makes the journey seem impossible. But faith looks at the same obstacles and says, with God all things are possible. Faith does not deny the presence of difficulties. It simply refuses to be ruled by them. Faith chooses to believe that God's word is greater than your circumstances, that His promises are stronger than your doubts, and that His love is deeper than your fears. There will be moments when fear will whisper that you are walking toward nothing, that all your hope and effort will be wasted. In those moments, you must anchor your heart in the truth that God is faithful. He does not call you to step out in faith and then leave you hanging. Every act of faith you take draws you closer to the door He has prepared. Every small step of obedience matters, even when you cannot immediately see the results. God honors faith because faith honors Him. It is a declaration that you trust His heart even when you cannot trace His hand. Trusting God's timing is also an essential part of living by faith. Sometimes the door is ready, but you are not. Other times you are ready, but the door is not yet prepared. Waiting in faith is one of the hardest things you will ever do. It requires surrender, patience, and a willingness to believe that God's ways are higher than yours. But waiting in faith is never wasted time. It is in the waiting that God deepens your trust, strengthens your spirit, and prepares you for the blessing ahead. Faith is not a feeling, it is a decision to believe that God is who He says He is and that He will do what He said He will do. It is a daily choice to silence fear, to reject doubt, and to press on toward the unseen door with confidence. The door is there, the way is prepared, and though you may not see it yet, Your faith is carrying you closer every single day. Trust God, take his hand, and walk forward boldly. The door he has chosen for you is waiting, and faith will lead you there. But the door opens in his timing, not ours. This is one of the most difficult lessons we must learn in our journey of faith. We live in a world that demands instant results and quick answers. We grow impatient when things do not happen according to our schedule. But God is not bound by our timelines. He operates according to his perfect wisdom and divine purpose. His delays are never meant to harm us, but to prepare us. When we rush ahead of God, we often find ourselves frustrated, weary, and out of alignment with his will. But when we trust his timing, we discover that he was never late. He was always right on time. Waiting is not a punishment, it is a process. In the waiting, God is doing a work within you that is just as important as the work he is preparing for you to do. He is building perseverance, teaching humility, refining your character, and deepening your dependence on him. Every moment of delay has a purpose. God sees the end from the beginning, and he knows exactly when you are ready to step through the door he has chosen. He is not only arranging the circumstances around you, but also shaping the heart within you. If the door were to open too soon, you might not be prepared to handle what lies on the other side. If it were to open too late, you might grow disillusioned. But God's timing is perfect. Never early, never late. There will be moments when it feels like nothing is happening, moments when it seems that all your prayers are unanswered and all your efforts are unnoticed. But beneath the surface, God is working. He is moving pieces into place, orchestrating events and preparing opportunities that you cannot yet see. His silence is not his absence. His hidden work is not inactivity. Often, the greatest growth happens underground. Like a seed planted in the soil, growing roots long before it ever breaks through the surface. Trust that God is doing something beautiful in the unseen places of your life. Patience is a fruit of trust. When you truly believe that God is good and his plans are best, you can wait with peace instead of anxiety. You can rest in the assurance that he knows what he is doing. You can stop striving and start surrendering. Instead of banging on closed doors in frustration, you can stand before them in faith, knowing that when the time is right, no power in heaven or earth will be able to keep them shut. When the door finally opens, it will be worth every moment of waiting. You will see how God's timing brought everything together in a way you never could have imagined. You will realize that his delays were really his protection, his preparation, and his provision. Hold on to hope. Keep trusting. Keep believing. The God who promised is faithful. And in his perfect time, the door he chose for you will swing wide open. When God opens your door, it will not require you to force it open by your own strength. So often we believe we must make things happen on our own, striving, pushing, and exhausting ourselves to open doors that seem stubbornly shut. But the door that God has ordained for you will open naturally in his power, not by human effort. God's blessings are not achieved through manipulation, anxiety, or desperate striving. They come through surrender, obedience, and trust. When God moves, his hand is unmistakable. He opens doors that no one can shut, and he shuts doors that no one can open. There is a peace that comes with knowing that the door you are walking through has been opened by the Lord himself. Trying to force a door open often leads to confusion, frustration, and disappointment. We may convince ourselves that if we just try harder, pray louder, or work longer, we can make something happen. But this is not the way of the Spirit. God's way is one of peace, trust, and divine timing. If a door is closed, it is closed for a reason. God sees what you cannot see. He knows what lies beyond every door. And in his love, he protects you from stepping into places you were never meant to go. Forcing a door that God has closed can lead to heartbreak, regret, and unnecessary burdens. Waiting for God to open the right door leads to blessing, favor, and lasting joy. When God opens your door, you will not have to compromise your integrity to walk through it. You will not have to sacrifice your peace or violate your conscience. His doors come with his presence, his provision, and his protection. You will know it is him because his Spirit will confirm it in your heart. There will be a sense of divine alignment, a confidence that does not come from circumstances, but from the assurance that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Even if the door leads to challenges, you will face them with courage because you know you are in the center of God's will. God's open doors often require steps of faith, but they are marked by his favor. Opportunities will unfold that you could never have orchestrated. People will cross your path at just the right time. Resources will appear in ways you did not expect. When it is God's door, he makes a way where there seemed to be no way. Your job is not to force the door, but to stay faithful, obedient, and sensitive to his leading. Keep praying, keep believing, and keep surrendering your plans to his greater plan. In the end, you will testify that it was not by your might or your power, but by God's Spirit that the door opened. You will look back and see his fingerprints all over the journey. Rest in the assurance that when the right door opens, it will open in God's strength and for his glory. You will not have to break it down. You will simply walk through it with gratitude and trust. So today, I want to remind you, the door God has chosen for you is already set in place. You don't have to fear, you don't have to strive, and you don't have to figure everything out on your own. Trust his heart when you cannot see his hand. Walk by faith when the way seems hidden. Stand firm when obstacles rise up. Wait patiently when the timing feels slow. And rest in the truth that when the moment comes, you won't have to force anything. The door will open wide by his mighty hand. You're not forgotten. You're not overlooked. You are deeply loved by the one who holds all of eternity in his hands. His plan for you is good. His purpose for you is certain. And his promises for you will not fail. Keep pressing on, keep believing, and keep trusting. The best is still ahead, and the door he has chosen will lead you exactly where you are always meant to be. Good luck on your journey of faith. May God bless you, strengthen you, and fill your heart with courage every step of the way. Thank you for opening your heart to this message. Keep walking with him. Your door is closer than you think.